It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Wednesday, the 13th of March. I'm Michael Groff. Today's forecast, rather simple, sunny sky, high temperatures up in the mid-70s for this afternoon, a bit of a breeze at times, but then things turn quite a bit more complicated by tomorrow, Friday, and heading into the weekend. A trough dropping in from the north closes off into an upper low, and the old saying, a closed low is a weatherman's woe. Now, some things we're fairly certain of. It will turn cooler around here, breezy at times, and there are chances of precipitation across the state, but the devil is in the details regarding where, when, and how much precipitation there will be. How long is this low going to stick around? We'll try to figure out some answers as we dive on in and talk about it. First, the almanac from yesterday, 78 degrees the afternoon high, 55 the morning low, 77 and 54 the averages for this time of year. Looking outside right now at 11 a.m., sunny sky, 66 degrees at Sky Harbor, dew point 39, humidity 37% at the moment. The wind is calm, and the barometer is rising. Satellite picture across the western states. You can see that trough exists. It is just to the north of us. It's closing off into an upper low. You see a lot of clouds there, precipitation. This does not have a ton of moisture with it, believe it or not, but it does have very cold air aloft, unseasonably so for this time of year, and that's squeezing out plenty of rain and snow across the Intermountain West and the Great Basin north of us, and that's slowly making its way southward. This will close off fully into an upper low and then just kind of sit around Arizona, maybe far southeast California, northwest Mexico, depending on model guidance, and it's just going to be here for a while. This will be a feature that we're going to be talking about for several days. The watch warning map, as a result of that system coming in, we've got red flag warnings over parts of New Mexico, West Texas, the Texas and Oklahoma panhandles, places that you don't want that because, again, windy conditions there, fire danger remains high, wildfires remain ongoing in that area. It's been a brutal winter and early spring across West Texas, unfortunately. For us here in the Southwest, we do have some wind advisories and some winter weather advisories for northern Arizona. There will be snow up north. There will be rainfall as well, depending on elevation. There will be wind to contend with, a number of wind advisories, even some high wind watches from central California through Nevada, and again, through the Intermountain West. And again, some of that will be mixed with some snow coming down too, and much cooler temperatures. Convective outlook for today, the enhanced risk of severe storms, level 3 out of 5 around Topeka and Kansas City. The standard slight risk all the way over to St. Louis. The marginal risk, that goes down to Dallas, Fort Worth, and Oklahoma City. So some severe storms possible this afternoon. In fact, we could even see some isolated tornadoes, especially in that enhanced risk area over parts of Kansas and moving into western and northwest Missouri. All right, the precipitation outlook. This is valid through Wednesday morning of next week. Rain amounts in Phoenix around 1/10 of an inch, maybe more than that up north. In fact, some spots could see over an inch of rain or liquid equivalent precipitation. As this low, despite the fact that it doesn't have a ton of moisture, it's going to sit around for a while. It is going to give a prolonged period of unsettled weather to the region. But again, where exactly that unsettled weather occurs, well, let's try to figure that out right now as we get to the models. Take a look at things. This is the GFS. It is the 12Z run, and this is valid at 5 o'clock this afternoon. There's that trough closing off into an upper low, dropping in from the north. The heights are falling, so what it means for us down at the surface for today, sunny sky, some breeziness at times. It's been kind of one of those days we've seen some locally breezy conditions, some gusty winds up to around 20 miles an hour, and then things calm down, and we're going to see that throughout the day today. I think breezes will pick up a little bit more this afternoon. Just gorgeous, though, with high temperatures generally in the mid-70s. Just a delightful mid-March day. Tonight, mostly clear for us in the evening, maybe some clouds rolling in by morning with lows in the mid-40s to low 50s, and then tomorrow, that low begins to drop on in. We'll see an increase in clouds through the day, partly cloudy in the morning, mostly cloudy in the afternoon. And again, this system doesn't have a lot of moisture with it, but it has cold air aloft, and so there's enough dynamic support. And with some of that stronger March sun trying to heat up the air and that cold air aloft, we could see a shower develop tomorrow afternoon here. Again, just a 20% chance we'll see rain. Better chances up north. The favored upslope areas, northern and eastern Arizona, you know how that works. But not out of the question we could see a shower with high temperatures dropping into the mid, maybe upper 60s tomorrow. So certainly highs below normal. Now, Friday, the upper low continues to retrograde. It's shifting kind of in the wrong direction. It's moving toward the southwest, and it may get all the way down into southwest Arizona or far southeast California. And if that does happen, first of all, we'd be on the positive vorticity side of that system. That's the good side if you're looking for precipitation and active weather. But also, there could be a little bit of moisture that's drawn north into this system as well. Not a lot, not an overwhelming amount, but again, the cold pool of air is sitting right on top of us. That cold air aloft is right overhead. So it wouldn't take much moisture and instability to drive showers and some isolated thunderstorms. So we're going to increase that rain chance to about the 40% bracket for Friday. We'll mention the chance of thunder. And I'll tell you what, kind of similar to the system we had in here last week, we very easily could see a strong thunderstorm or two. I'm not necessarily saying severe, but storms with some small hail, gusty winds to 45, 50 miles an hour, at least on an isolated basis here. So that's something to watch for as well. It's not going to be a situation where rains all day on Friday. This will just be kind of a scattered shower and thunderstorm kind of day. High temperatures, though, still stay cool, mid to upper 60s, and it will be breezy at times. And, of course, snow up north. The snow level probably around 5,000 feet or so. But maybe in the morning, it's not out of the question. We could see one of those convectively driven bursts of snow all the way down to maybe 3,000 feet. So that's also something to watch for. All right. Let's go towards Saturday. And guess what? This low, it is not going anywhere. It's just going to meander around the state. It's going to take the scenic tour around Arizona, and so it'll just be sitting right over southern Arizona, looks like, for the day on Saturday. Now, the position of that low is not really favorable for rain chances here. I wouldn't say the chance of rain is 0, but we're not going to put it in the forecast for Saturday. It's not completely out of the question. We could see a shower, but I wouldn't count on it. Partly cloudy, high temperatures sneak back up into the upper 60s and low 70s. Sunday, the low is still lurking around. Better chances of rain across northern and eastern Arizona. Could a shower occur over the southern deserts? Maybe. But, again, the chance is less than 10%. But we're going to fine-tune this forecast as we get closer because, again, with a low just sitting on top of us, cooler air aloft, there's always at least that small chance of a shower. Monday, the low is still here. It's that house guest that will not leave. It's that, we've all been there. And high temperatures will warm up a little bit. The low is going to weaken, so the heights rise a bit. But we're not going to get overwhelmingly warm here. Highs will get back toward the mid-70s perhaps on Monday, maybe upper 70s. I know some of our guidance is putting us in the 80s by Tuesday, and I'm just not ready to buy into that. The GFS insists that this low just lingers here. And normally, I don't know if I'd buy into that solution, but the GFS has actually been doing a really good job with these features over the last few weeks. So I'm kind of inclined to go with its solution of keeping this low sitting right on top of us. All right. Here's a week from today. This is Wednesday, the 20th, and look, the upper low is still here. Now, again, for us in Phoenix, we're on the other side. We're on the negative vorticity side. We're kind of on the downslope side. I don't think we would see any rain here. Is the chance of precipitation absolutely 0? No. But the low is weakening. The moisture, the dynamics, just not really there. We could see a shower or two for the higher terrain, though. High temperatures might get back toward about 80, though, at this point, with the low weakening and a shortwave ridge attempting to build in from the west. Going out 10 days, this is Friday, the 22nd. Got a trough off the Pacific Northwest coast, an upper low over the southeast U.S. For us, conditions drying out and warming up, highs probably back in the low, maybe mid-80s, if that works out. All right, looking at rainfall for Phoenix. This is off the GFS Ensemble. This goes out through the 27th of March. And how about a half inch of rain for the ensemble mean? Yeah, and the numbers kind of climbing up a little bit, even on the GFS, which has generally stayed drier. At least the ensemble has stayed drier. European ensemble, I think somebody spiked the control member with some extra sugar today. It's almost up at an inch and a half of rain, but the ensemble mean is sitting at about a half an inch. And then temperatures off the national blend of models. Hey, we may not make it to 70 tomorrow, or Friday for that matter. It's possible, but we'll be, I think, probably more in the mid to upper 60s. It really depends on how much precipitation occurs, if any. But the NBM does have us up in the 80s by the middle part of next week, and I don't know if that low should linger around a little longer. Temperatures may be a little bit lower than what's shown here, but nevertheless, it is March, and it's an inevitability that temperatures are going to warm up, and we're going to get up into the 80s at some point as we get out there toward the middle or perhaps latter part of next week. And that is going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video is due back here tomorrow morning. Should you happen to enjoy these videos, then be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell, leave those comments, questions, and suggestions. I will remind you that if you really like what we do here, you want to support us monetarily, click that little thanks icon below the video here on the YouTube. The executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion is my one and only, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation, and the proprietor of sweetchildaz.com.org and the Facebook page of the same name, Sweet Child Arizona. Talking about my Michelle, check her out. Check out the links down below of her travel videos. Check out our streaming station called KMGX, whereupon we play a ton of music, have a lot of fun with that. And that's it, folks. Thank you so much for watching. All of your continued support, so greatly appreciated. Please be safe out there. Have yourselves a delightful rest of your Wednesday.